When I was reborn and sent back to the year I was 8 years old, the first thing I did was ask my parents to get divorced. I left my wealthy mother behind and chose to live with my poor father. Because in my previous life, when my parents divorced, I was still young. I chose my mother because she coaxed me, thinking I'd have a better life. But when I grew up, things took a turn for the worse. I got seriously ill, and my mother and stepfather refused to spend any money on my treatment. They even forced me to sign over all my property. In the end, they pulled out my oxygen tube. It wasn't until I died that I found out my father had secretly been funding my education the whole time. I passed away filled with regret. Maybe God took pity on me and let me be reborn, back to the year my parents divorced. This time, I was determined to change my fate. So, I immediately told my father to divorce my mother and drove her away. My father was deeply moved by my decision. He took out all his savings to pay for my schooling. But instead of using it for school, I took that money to the stock exchange and bought a stock that had crashed. A wealthy businesswoman saw what I was doing and advised me to calm down. She said the stock would never rise again, and told me to sell it and go back to school. But I saw an opportunity and made a bet with her. I said, if the stock goes up, you'll have to go on a date with my dad. I could really use a beautiful stepmother. She confidently accepted the bet. At that moment, my father rushed to the stock exchange in a panic. When he saw that I had used my tuition money to buy the stock, he was furious. But I told him not to worry, that we'd make a lot of money in 10 minutes. Unexpectedly, my mother also showed up. She'd quickly found a new partner, and they deliberately flaunted their relationship in front of my dad. They said he was destined to be a loser for the rest of his life. Usually calm, my father suddenly became furious. He proposed a bet to the couple. The wealthy businessman agreed, boasting that if the stock didn't rise in 3 minutes, my father would have to serve him like a slave. Time passed quickly, but the stock I bought kept dropping. The businesswoman said I had caused a huge disaster, and blamed me for getting my father involved. But I stayed calm and composed, because I knew the stock would skyrocket in the last 10 seconds.